Central Park, the Manhattan greensward, and on the streets, yellow. As in taxis, come along. We have a baseball ride for you tonight. The Padres and the Mets. Citi Field in Queens, where the Mets have flourished 35-16 at home. And the Grandy Man homered last night in New York's 4-0 victory. The start of a 10-game road trip for the Padres. And Justin Upton for San Diego has found the National League East fruitful for his 46 career home runs. As we welcome you to Game 2 of this 10-game road sweep, middle of the game of the 3-game series. The Padres now 6 games under 500. The Mets are only 1 game out of first place. And good evening, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, pleased you've joined us on this Wednesday night, a hot, humid Wednesday evening. Let's hope the Padres bats get hot. And what a change. Last night, Noah Syndergaard, 22 years old, perfect through 6 innings. But now we're going to go in a kind of a time warp, go 20 years ahead to a 42-year-old.
Opposite end of the spectrum when Bartolo Colon is on the hill. Syndergaard around 98, Bartolo Colon 88. But you look at Major League Baseball active leaders, the reason why the guy, this is into his 17th year, 213 victories for the 42-year-old. He joins Tim Hudson and Bartolo Colon. What makes him so effective? Well, he is a strike thrower. This guy relies on movement. He has to hit his corners. At home, he's got a nice record. ERA below 4. This guy can be had. He gives up home runs 15 this year and a lot of hits. A lot of base runners also, Dick, in 117-plus innings.
But like all the Mets pitchers, great at home, 6-3. Not so effective on the road, 3-6. And for the Padres tonight, and what a run Tyson Ross has had. He's allowed only 3 home runs all season long.
This is one of the most amazing things that I've seen with Tyson Ross. But you look at his stuff, you can understand why he's only given up 3 long balls. He's got the movement fastball. He's got the slider down and in. The last 7 starts, opponents only hitting 200 and no home runs allowed the last 99 innings. Now, why is that? Because Tyson Ross has such above-average stuff. Even when he makes a mistake during this 99-inning stretch, hitters still can't catch up to it because of the movement, because of the location, and try squaring up that slider if you're a left-handed hitter down and in. No chance. That's why he racks up the strikeouts.
And it's quite a compliment to the 22-year-old rookie catcher, Austin Hedges. He gets the assignment again tonight to handle the terrific stuff of Tyson Ross and that wicked curveball. At just 22, he certainly has impressed the Padres, Austin Hedges. Chris Button with more when we come back to Queens. brought to you by Sony Action Cam. Catch all the action of every day. By Petco, what we feed them matters. By Jerome's, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. No phony sales, just pure value. And by SeaWorld, discover the wonder of the sea.
Welcome back. Game 2 between the Padres and the Mets, and Austin Hedges getting the start behind the plate today. It'll be his 17th start of the season, and he's got the last couple of Tyson Ross's starts, which he says is quite the workout trying to catch the movement that Tyson has. I talked with Pat Murphy, who was with Hedges at the beginning of the year in AAA, about what's the biggest aspect he's grown in the game since his time in the big leagues.
He slowed down and game isn't moving as fast for him. I mean, he'll still have some hiccups, I'm sure, but I think he's, kind of crawling out of his shell and coming into his own as much as a rookie catcher can.
Hey, speaking of coming into their own, he's proven not that he just has the defensive prowess of a catcher, but he can hit the long ball too. He's had 2 of them this year as the Padres need to get the bats going in the Big Apple. Perhaps some firepower out of these bats. We got first pitch coming up from Citi Field when we return.
Field tonight, 90 degrees the temperature. And let's go, fans. Who are you joining forces with? Saquon's Pick the Stick. Weigh in. Twitter for a chance to win a free foursome of golf courtesy of Saquon Golf Resort. Just hashtag I'm with, last name of the broadcaster you want to join forces with, and if you and they win, you could win. A random winner will be selected nightly to play free golf. Follow us at Fox Sports San Diego for more details, and there are the picks. I had first pick, so I'm going with Upton. Mark Grant Solarte. Kemp is Mike Pomerantz's choice. Mark Sweeney likes the left-handed hitting Venable, and our leader in Pick the Stick, Chris Button, selects Alonso. And here's the Padres lineup tonight, brought to you by Toyota. Venable, Solarte, Kemp, then Upton, Alonso, Jerko, Amarista, Hedges, and Ross. The 42-year-old Bartolo Colon starts things with a fastball high and away. Key to getting to Colon early. He often tips his hand. Is he going to have a good night? You'll find out the first couple of innings. If he's going to struggle, he shows that as well. Still can get that fastball up there around 90 miles an hour.
This is what I love about baseball. Try having a guy like Bartolo Colon take snaps from under center in the NFL. Try seeing a guy like Bartolo Colon playing on the hardwood. Well, maybe Charles Barkley.
There's the bunt with a shift on, and Recker, the catcher, throws it away. But it's backed up by the second baseman, Johnson, and holding at first base is Venable. So they shifted on Venable. He saw that happen and just pushed a bunt to the left side and has an infield hit.
Hey, just like that, creating movement on the infield, creating Bartolo Colon to try to field his position. Recker off with the mask and positions himself in a way, but rushes it a little bit. And with the shift on, Will's trying to beat that shift. The speed of Venable. Recker works underneath it. No chance. I would say that's a nice start.
And good job by the newest Met, Kelly Johnson, acquired from Atlanta, to back the play up. As Jose Valentin had Venable ready to race to second base. Solarte, like Venable, opens tonight with the same batting average. First two men in the order for Pat Murphy, both check in at 247. Solarte with one of the 4 Padre hits last night.
Well, there goes the no-no. That's nice.
Yeah, took the Padres to the 7th inning to get their first hit, and here's their second down the right field side. That'll get Venable galloping around second, and he will hold at third on a long single by Solarte. First and third for the Padres here in the opening frame. And the big guys coming up, Kemp, Upton, and Alonso.
Attacking Bartolo Colon early. I would have to say tonight, Professor, that the Padres are going to have more comfortable at-bats. Last night, Syndergaard, above 95, sharp breaking ball. Not the case with Colon. And when you saw Duda, he was holding the run around. All his momentum was going towards second base. Then he had to stop, try to redirect, and get that one. I think one of the only first basemen to get that one would be Keith Hernandez.
So the runners for the Padres at the corners, and Matt Kemp, the leading RBI producer, with 54, the hitter. Infield back, they'll give up an early run for a chance at a double play. Strike one. Veteran umpire Dale Scott calling the balls and strikes tonight. Kemp in his 100th game. He's played in all but one this year. And there's another base hit. Right field. Venable jogs in with a run. There goes Solarte to third. Here comes the play at third. He's in there. And the Padres claim an early 1-0 lead as Venable, Solarte, and Kemp back-to-back singles. Kemp's 55th RBI.
Dick, I think that's exactly why I drew that arrow, that I wanted Matt Kemp to hit the ball that way. Colon tries to bury the two-seamer, and we've seen Matt Kemp do this. Fight it off. And with the shift, there was that huge hole on that right side. Everybody's off and running.
And the throw up the third base line, so Solarte in safely.
Wow, 6 pitches only thrown from Bartolo Colon. The Padres have multiple base runners and up a run already.
Justin Upton at 249, the Padre leader in home runs with 16. Fouled off to the right. There are the numbers on the year for Justin Upton. Half 100 RBIs and a chance to pick up one or more in this situation. Again, the infield playing back. Inside. Colon, 5'11" and 283. He could be the poster boy for the beer league.
Yeah, he can give you innings. He's a strike thrower. Doesn't throw that hard.
Excuse me, foul ball.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a guy that would sign up for like a fantasy camp during the offseason and go down to Florida and pitch in it, an inning or two every day.
3 times an All-Star. Second most wins of active pitchers with 213. He's 9-9 this year.
I love to watch the guy pitch because he is a pitcher. He realizes he can't blow the ball by hitters. Got to rely on his spots.
Solarte from third, Kemp at first. Outside, 2-2. Let's check the Mets scouting report brought to you by Sleep Train.
Well, a lot of base runners for Bartolo Colon because in 117 innings pitched this year, 148 base runners. And for the long one, the long ball. He's given up 15 home runs. He's very susceptible of giving up the homer. Quite a contrast is tonight's pitcher for the Padres, Tyson Ross. Opposite end of the spectrum. Hey, there's a San Diegan, Bob Guerin on the right. Bench coach for Terry Collins on the left.
Count level at 2-2. Chance for a big early inning for the Padres. One home already and no one out. Hit deep to left center. That'll get another run in as Neuenhuis collects it, and jogging home is Solarte. 2-0 Padres. Credit Upton with his 51st RBI. And here's the Mets defense tonight, brought to you by SeaWorld, as Murphy at third base moves over from second base last night. Flores starts at short. Johnson from Atlanta, the second baseman. Duda hit a big home run last night. Conforto, Neuenhuis, and Granderson in the outfield, and Rucker behind the plate.
Murphy's like, hey, coach, where do you want to put me? Trying to get some direction from the Mets dugout. They are shifting over towards the right side, and now finally Daniel is anchored over there on the left side of the infield.
Alonso, the Padres leading hitter, at 284, and he hits it high to left center. Left fielder Conforto makes the catch, and there's two away. Kemp back to first, and Jed Jerko steps up. So here's where the Padres, who were shut out for the 15th time last night, have to get some added offense. They now have the lowest batting average in the entire major leagues as a team. Jerko, Amarista, Hedges, Ross, between them they start tonight with a collective 201 batting average. So not much expected, but maybe it'll be a breakout night for the bottom of the order.
I hope so, because as I mentioned earlier, comfortable at bats supposedly tonight against Colon as opposed to Syndergaard.
Outside corner with a strike.
Syndergaard had so much going for him last night, Dick, didn't he? Velocity, movement, location. There's the kid they call Thor.
97, 98 miles an hour in his fastball. He just painted all around the strike zone. Nothing in the middle. Strike two. In fact, by going 6 innings, 18 consecutive outs, perfect. That was the fastest ever, or the farthest ever, by a Mets rookie pitcher to go that long into a game without allowing a base runner. 22. What a future. And another pitch taken. All 3 pitches taken by Jerko. And Colon has his first strikeout. But the Padres getting consecutive hits from Venable, Solarte, and Kemp, and a sacrifice fly from Upton had taken the early 2-0 lead. Lopez. A wicked pitch again for Ross. Swing, miss, strike three.
Tyson Ross, he struck out the side.
And in fact, Tyson Ross, 7th most strikeouts in the National League, looking for his 7th win of the year. Here's the Mets lineup, brought to you by Hyundai. Granderson, Daniel Murphy hit second. Kelly Johnson inserted in the batting order third. Duda back in the cleanup spot. Conforto, the rookie. Then Neuenhuis, Wilmer Flores. He's hit 10 home runs, the shortstop. Then Rucker and Colon. And the first pitch for Tyson Ross, staked to an early 2-0 lead. Granderson, a long 2-run homer last night that took the game from 2-0 to 4-0. And that was the final. His 15th of the year. Duda had hit his 15th in the first inning. They share the home run leadership for the Metropolitans. Granderson's the only National Leaguer to play in every game this year. Slaps that one deep down the left field side and out of play. Take a look at this swing and how far the ball goes last night. That was Ruthian.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball, off-speed pitch that he was out in front of a little bit, and not bad for a leadoff hitter hitting that many home runs. And of course, the .346 on-base percentage is nice as well.
Nub foul. There, the umpiring crew. Dale Scott, Mike Everett joins the team. He was not here last night. Then Barrett and C.B. Buckner.
I'll tell you what, Curtis Granderson, he doesn't waste any time. He gets back in that box. He's like a pitcher working quickly on the hill. He wants to hit.
Soft liner to the shortstop. Actually, yes, it is Amariste on that side, with Solarte having moved in the shift over to the second base side. Padres scouting report now, brought to you by the Tilted Kilt.
Hey, grounders with an exclamation point. Why? Because 64% ground ball rate this year for Tyson Ross. That's why he's been keeping the ball in the yard. And only 3 home runs, Mr. Enberg. I mean, it's worth repeating. 122 2/3 going to this game, only 3 long balls.
And that's 16 consecutive starts without giving up a homer. Daniel Murphy, solid hitter. Hit the ball hard 4 times last night. Came away 1 for 4. Grounds this one to the left side. Amarista with a long throw, and there's 2 away. And the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers, looks this way. Upton, Venable, Kemp in the outfield. Solarte at third. Amarista the shortstop. Jerko and Alonso will guard the right side of the infield with young Hedges behind the plate for Tyson Ross. Well, you mentioned the contrast. Ross not giving up home runs, and Colon will be more generous in the long ball department. Another contrast is Colon never walks anyone.
Right.
And Ross leads the league in walks. So key for him is to not give those free tickets. He's walked 57. Colon 14. Kelly Johnson. He and Juan Uribe in a trade just this past week from Atlanta, joining the Mets. And works the count to 2-1. Lifetime .250 hitter with 141 home runs is Johnson. As we look at the highest ground ball percentage, Ross in the 3rd spot. 2-2. Johnson, 33. Austin, Texas is home. Strike 3 called. And a quick and impressive start for Tyson Ross. He mows him down 1, 2, 3.
Padres are leading 2-0 here in the top of the second. Bartolo Colon is known for not giving a lot of interviews, but he had a very in-depth interview with the New York Times. It goes into his past growing up in the Dominican Republic, and that he gained his strength by carrying and pulping coffee beans for his father. Also went into a story about he had a pet donkey named Poncho. He was actually very fond of this donkey, attributes a lot of his work ethic to this pet, and has a baseball training center down in the Dominican Republic. And in and on one of the walls, there is a tribute to Poncho, and saying and telling all the kids that this was a lot of his resources into becoming the now 3-time All-Star.
Not a workhorse, but a work donkey, huh? Poncho, the man of La Mancha.
I've heard of a lot of different types of pets, but a pet donkey, that'd be pretty cool.
A little stubborn sometimes, but
yeah,
you know, wives can be too, you know. Yeah, Lexi Amarista, 0-2. Might as well alienate everybody. Line drive. Animal rights. Spouses.
Hey, I love
pitchers.
I love the animal kingdom.
Colon, when he does well, sends a text back to the Poncho in Puerto Rico. Ground ball left side. Long throw now for Flores. A low throw, and just in time. Dug out by Duda.
And straight to the top step, Pat Murphy, and Dave Roberts is on the phone to the clubhouse. That was a very, very close play.
Murphy checking back in the dugout. Here's where I think there should be a clock. Give them 10 seconds, 12 seconds, and that should be enough.
This is a nice play.
It did.
Flores very quick on the exchange and a nice pick. And Duda has control. This should give us a good look. The ball hits the glove there. Yeah, he got him. And he stayed in control. Nice. Good call.
Mike Everett making the call there at first base. Austin Hedges, just 54 at bats, 8 hits, and 2 of them home runs. The Burger King man. You weren't with us last night. There's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Hedges, as this season has progressed, his swing has improved drastically. That's the 4th Padre hit. As we take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, that was a whopper of a hit for Austin Hedges. Oh. Keys to the game. Hey, aim for the apple. You know, there's an apple out there. I love home runs. There's an apple tucked away, straight away 408 here. When a Met hits a home run, it comes out, but I want it to stay in there. And 2 runs or fewer. There's the apple, the stem. 2 runs or fewer for the Mets. When the Mets score 2 runs or fewer, their record is 6-33. Let's see if the Padre pitching staff can keep them at 2 or fewer.
Ross with a man at first, squares, and that's a nice bunt. Duda won't have a play at second. He gets the out to the second baseman Johnson. And Ross has done his job, moved Hedges into scoring position for Will Venable.
I think the Mets had a chance at second base. It's a force play. Just have to throw a strike to second base, but a nice job getting it done quickly for Tyson Ross. Let's take another look. Shuffle, shuffle. Austin Hedges off. Now this ball is bunted heavily or sharply. I think he had a chance at second base, but he wants to go for the sure route.
So 2 away to Venable, who led off the ball game with a bunt single and came around to score the first run. Good work. Money hits. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. And the Padres, that has been a failing, especially on the road recently. The last 9 road games, the Padres prior to tonight, 6 for 50 with runners in scoring position. (2-0). Well, the trade deadline, here we are on Wednesday night, less than 48 hours, 1 o'clock Pacific time on Friday, the deadline. Dodgers made a big trade today. Matt Latos in a Dodger uniform, and Mike Morse. Line to left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And here comes Hedges around third. He will score. It's 3-0. How about that formula for another run? Base hit, sacrifice, 2-out single. Venable.
Baseball. Baseball. The way it's supposed to be played. The pitcher doing his job. Will Venable taking Bartolo Colon. Remember, he doesn't throw that hard. He does not try to pull this ball. It's a two-seamer down and away. Neuenhuis doesn't even want to make a throw to home plate, keeping that runner at first base.
So Venable with his 24th RBI, 2 for 2 in the first 2 innings for Will. Here's Solarte, singled over the first base bag, his first at bat. Inside. Has Colon hit 90 yet?
I don't think so. He averages about 88. He'll go anywhere from 85 to 91, but I've just seen high 80s, Dick. Not much more.
Right field line, a long run for Granderson, and in the corner, unable to make the play. Into the crowd. And Solarte gets another swing, 1-1. That's another thing you've got to love about baseball. You can't just lean on what happened the game before. Yeah. It's nice when you win. It gives you a flush. But if you lose 4-0 last night, Padres got 4 hits. New day. 5 hits already in the second inning and 3 runs for the Padres.
You know this as well as anybody, Professor. What's a key component of this game of baseball, being a baseball player? A short memory. Having a short memory.
You bet.
And that's not hard for me. Come right back at him the next day. The next thing you know, you got a crooked number up there.
Venable has 6 steals. So if this were hockey, Tyson Ross would get a point, an assist for the bunt.
That's right. Good call.
Good sacrifice. Helped himself. Back to the control of Colon. This is his 20th start of the season, and he's walked only 14 men.
Yes.
Amazing.
He's around the plate.
That's why the Padres have been first ball hunting, figuring they're going to get strikes for that first pitch. He's a fastball pitcher, even though he doesn't have the velocity once owned.
Yeah, that fastball of his, he does throw some 4-seamers, but majority 2-seamers. He'll try to sink it away. Good run on that arm side to lefties, and he'll try to bring it back against the righties on the outside corner.
Became a U.S. citizen last year, just at the end of the year, late September. Back with a 1-2. Runner goes. Another foul off to the right. That'll make it into the crowd.
You know, with it being so hot, I just noticed. I looked at the uniforms for the Padres. With it being so hot and humid, you know, these guys are working up a lot. You slide, that turns into mud on your uniform. I mean, that's pretty dirty. Brian Perlman and Spencer Dolan down in their clubhouse. They're going to be busy scrubbing some unis after the game.
It's amazing how the next day comes around and everything's sparkling clean. Yeah. They're terrific. They've got the formula for cleanliness. He goes again inside. Recker's throw. Not in time. That's the 7th steal for Venable. So he's in scoring position for Solarte. 2-2 the count.
Keep putting pressure on Colon. Putting the runner in motion, and it's a good jump, a really good jump by Will Venable. Short hop by Record, and nice job by Flores on that short hop, preventing that ball going into center field. Not even close. Stay on that bag on the pop-up slide. There you go.
Padres with a 3-0 lead here in the second and a chance for more. Rip it off the glove of Johnson. I thought he's going to catch it, and here comes Venable in. It's 4-0. As Solarte had just enough on that to rip it off the glove of second baseman Johnson, who was playing in shallow right field. So how about the first two men in the order tonight, Venable and Solarte? What a partnership. 2 for 2 for Venable, 2 for 2 Solarte.
But the Padres are taking some good hacks out of Bartolo Colon. Foot is down, hands are back, and Solarte continues to impress. Just out of the reach of Kelly Johnson, even on the shift. Just off the webbing of the glove, and the Padres keep it going with 2 outs.
Well, just like the sacrifice earlier in the inning led to the first run, the stolen base by Venable sets up the second. A pair of runs in the first, a brace of runs here in the second. And Matt Kemp does not go around. He singled to right field, knocked in a run in the first inning.
Hey, good sign for the Padres and Colon. The more pitches he is out there, the longer the inning, the more that shirt comes untucked and you can't see that belt buckle. That's a good sign for the Padres. It's a lot of heavy work out there.
1-0 to Kemp. Ooh, shattered bat. Third baseman Murphy goes the short way for the out, but the Padres successful in the second. 2 more runs on 3 hits, the same formula they used in the first inning, and San Diego jumps in front 4-0. Lead tonight. Time now for the top tier player profile, brought to you by Arco, featuring Tyson Ross, most consecutive starts with no home runs since 1969. If he's flawless tonight, he will tie those who have been that successful, and we're talking about 1969. Goes 17 straight games without throwing a long ball. Steve Trout, Vida Blue, Sid Fernandez, Al Fitzmaurice of the Kansas City Royals. But it's Fitzmaurice and Trout that went 17 straight. 1-1. Duda, then Conforto, and Nieuwenhuis.
That is quite a streak when you think about that, because you make a mistake at the big league level, there's a lot of guys in the lineup that can hurt you.
And the last one he gave up was somewhat of a freak. Will Myers actually thought he should have caught the ball. It went off his glove. And here's Evan Gattis at Petco Park, and Myers had it, and it goes off his glove, hits the top of the wall, and goes over. But you have to go all the way back to late April since he gave up a homer.
It's because of the stuff. And as I mentioned in our game open, this streak that Tyson Ross has got going, even when he makes a mistake, it's tough to square that pitch up because of the velocity, the movement of the fastball, and the slider.
Uh-oh. We may have spoken too soon. Duda got into that one, and it is gone. So there you have it. Duda has hit his 4th home run in the last 4 games. So the amazing string of homerless games ends on Duda's big swing here in the second. It's 4-1.
Oh, and I can just hear everybody. This one's on me, folks. Before you start saying anything, this one's on me. I'll take the blame for this one. Slider in. Duda gets his hands through. That ball was on the inside part of the plate. Duda was quick to that pitch. My bad.
Well, you can't blame yourself for that. You're just the messenger.
I'll take that one. I'll take the heat on that one.
Conforto with a grounder up the middle. A couple of hots to Jerko, and that's one away. But it's a solo homer, and that's
room for a mistake. It's still up by 3.
Yep.
Thanks to the offense. And it's going to happen over the course of the season. It happens to the great ones.
Boy, Duda's really hot, huh? 4 home runs in the last 4 games. Now with 16 to lead the Mets. Grew up in Riverside, California. Kirk Neuenhuis, 3rd round pick of the Mets back in 2008. Traded, then released, was on the open market. Mets took him back, and he's produced of late. Went to high school in Denver, but college at Azusa Pacific. Fly ball to left. Upton eases in under it for the second out. And tonight's game, fans presented in HD by Sony 4K. Here's Wilmer Flores, 23-year-old shortstop, having a good home run year. He's hit 10. Just 23 years of age, from Venezuela.
Stay tuned. We got a game break coming up. Rockies at Wrigley in Chicago against the Cubs. Mike and Mark going to fill you in. These guys do a great job on those.
Fans here keeping an eye on the scoreboard. Washington playing at Miami tonight. Ground ball up the middle, ranging Amarista, and he can't make the throw. It's tough play, able to stop the ball from going into center field, but in the prone position, tough to get anything on the throw. So an infield hit for Flores.
You know, everybody's focused on the play for Amarista. He does a great job. He can't come up with it cleanly, and now he's got to find the baseball. But behind the scenes, Austin Hedges busting his tail down the first base line. No runners on base. He's got to back up Yonder Alonso on that play, like any catcher should. No runners on. You have to bust your tail down that first base line and prevent that ball, if it's an errant throw, to go in the dugout. Good hustle by Austin Hedges.
So a 2-out single brings up catcher Anthony Recker, getting just 130, but he's got an occasional power. 7 hits and 54 at bats, but 2 of the 7 hits home runs. Claimed off waivers from the Cubs a couple years ago. .93 on the fastball strike.
Here's the way I look at things. After the home run, ground ball out. Fly ball. Wilmer Flores, ground ball. Tyson Ross is doing his job, making good pitches. Leave it at 1 run.
and try to get Recker out here and bring Colon to the plate to lead off the next inning.
I'd like to see a home run derby between Bartolo Colon and Odrisamer Despaigne.
Two balls and a strike. Well, game 3, the final game of the series, tomorrow morning on the West Coast at 9 a.m. Have a coffee and croissant with us as Andrew Kashner goes against Jonathan Neese, the left-hander. Big challenge is just to beat these Mets at home. They've had the second best record in all of baseball at home.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Just outside. 35-16 the Mets are here at Citi Field. On the road they're 17-32. Alonso backs up, no one holding on the runner Flores, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout Tyson Ross. But the story so far tonight, 4 runs for the Padres, and Duda spoiling that long run of games without allowing a home run with that blast. All right, thank you, Michael. To the third inning, and Justin Upton leads it off for the Padres with Alonso and Jerko to follow. Upton knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly in the first inning. 4-1 San Diego. A ball and a strike. Dodgers host Oakland tonight. Sonny Gray shut out Los Angeles last night. The Giants won a day game against Milwaukee at home. So pressure on the Dodgers. Should LA fall to Oakland this evening, the Giants will leapfrog into first place in the West. Just got a piece of that. Stays alive. And a look at the NL West with the win. At the moment, the Dodgers and Giants are dead even, 56 and 45. Arizona 6.5 out. Padres 8.5, and Colorado losing today, 12 back.
Well, a couple of factors. It's going to be some type of a horse race down that stretch, and also with the trade deadline, who's going to make the move? Dodgers, Giants, Padres.
That ball drilled to deep left field. Back goes the left fielder Conforto, and Upton will touch them all. Number 17 for Justin Upton. That's the way to get the run right back. Due to homers in the bottom of the second, and Upton answers here in the third. He hits home plate, and the Padres lead 5-1.
Well, we mentioned it. Bartolo Colon can give up the long ball. That's number 16 on the year. Fastball in. Looked like a fastball out of the hand. Upton gets his hands through. Oh, let's slow it down. Out of the hand. Was it a two-seamer? Looked like it. And turn on it. That's some kind of nice.
That brings out the smiles in the Padre dugout as Yonder Alonso's up. He flied out his first time. Almost 97 miles an hour on contact. 2 strikes now on Alonso. Shift on. Johnson out in shallow right. 91 on that fastball from Colon.
Humping up a little bit. But you know what, though, for Colon, when he tries to hump it up, the ball will flatten out. He tried to overthrow a little bit, maybe not hit his spots, and that spells damage.
That ball is drilled way back in right field. Granderson looks up, and Alonso will touch them all. Number 4 for the Padre first baseman, and it's a 6-1 lead as the Padres have scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and now 2 on back-to-back home runs in the third.
Well, somewhere in this world, Pancho is crying right about now. The donkey is not happy. Back-to-back jacks, yo, for the Padres. Great extension. Upton, great extension. Alonso. You bet.
Yeah, we hinted that if you're going to get Colon, he'll tell you early whether he's got his best stuff or not. Apparently not this evening. 6-1 San Diego. Jerko the hitter. He took a third strike his first time. The only strikeout for Big Bartolo. Yeah, that Alonso home run had a lot of these Mets fans groaning. 2-0.
It's a nice combo there from the right side and the left side. Upton, Alonso.
Second time all season the Padres have hit back-to-back homers. 2-1. Another base hit shot up the middle by Jerko, and the Padres taking batting practice against Colon. 9 hits, and he has recorded only 6 outs.
Oh, and the boos starting to come out, and Dan Warthen, the pitching coach for the Mets, trotting out to have a chat with the right-hander.
And a left-hander begins throwing in the Mets bullpen. Oh, former Padre Alex Torres wearing that protective headgear. Alexi Amarista, left-handed batter, due next, but Colon's not coming out at the moment.
Oh, good-looking line score for the Padres. 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors, leading 6-1, and still nobody out here, as Yonder Alonso can take a little breather.
And Marista grounded to short his first time. We mentioned the lower 4 in the lineup not very productive, but they are tonight. Hedges singled and scored in the second. Now Jerko with a base hit. No one out here in the third. And a shot to center, but it's right at Neuenhuis. And there's not the Bronx cheer, the Queens cheer. Previous 3 games, the Padres played at only 6 runs. They have 6 in 2 innings plus tonight. Hedges, line single to center in the second. Came around to score when Ross bunted him over, and Venable brought him in with a 2-out single. 50th pitch already for Cologne. Derek Norris given the night off as a starter.
Oh, that's got to be nice. Taking in a big league ball game.
And rooting for young Hedges.
Sure.
Yeah, the Padres might be guilty of home run happy with that ball flying out here off the bats of Upton and Alonso.
Hey, Austin's seen the ball well the last 5 games. 4 for 10 average. According to my math, that's a 400 average.
Blazing there tonight, partner. One and two.
86-mile-an-hour two-seamer.
Right in the heart of the plate.
Yep.
Padres didn't see many of those last night.
No.
Syndergaard. Center field, and Neuenhuis can't make the play. Moving to second is Jerko. Another Padre hit, and Hedges is 2 for 2. 10 base knocks for the Padres, and that's going to be all for Cologne. Tyson Ross, the pitcher, due next. Now San Diego with their hitting clothes on tonight in New York. They dressed up for some positive action, and they've got 6 runs and 10 hits in 2 1/3 innings. Exit Cologne. In comes former Padre Torres. One out in the third tonight, and it's time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag SDDataStrongFan And you might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Alex Torres making his 39th appearance of the year.
Well, you know, the numbers don't look good. I'm looking at the walks to innings pitched. My goodness, 23 walks. And this was one of the things that Alex Torres' kryptonite as a Padre. Too many walks. More strikeouts than innings pitched. And when you look at it recently, he's allowed 10 runs, 6 of them earned in his last 10 innings. So a chance for San Diego to add on against the Mets left-hander.
And in only 31 innings, he's tossed 6 home run balls.
Fastball, breaking ball, changeup. Changeup is probably his best secondary pitch. We saw that as a Padre.
Tyson Ross, first man that Torres will face. He sacrificed the first time, and Mets infield looking for the bunt here with runners at first and second. Now with a 6-1 lead, they might give Ross a chance to swing at that first pitch, then ask him to bunt. No, he squares. And takes strike one. Tyson with the only home run by a Padre pitcher this year. Takes a long look at the signs flashed out by Glenn Hoffman at third. Ball and a strike.
Well, you want to bunt this ball as a pitcher down the first base line. The first baseman playing with the bag there, and crashing into third base is Daniel Murphy. You can see at first base due to playing in front of the runner.
Swinging, yeah. Couldn't find the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2. Well, Venable 2 for 2 and 2 runs scored on deck. Ross in St. Louis against the left-handed pitcher to the opposite field. And the first Padre to go deep. That really brought the high fives in the dugout for San Diego. Jerko at second. Hedges at first. 1 out. And that ball is hit well to right field. Granderson gives ground, still going back. Makes a catch at the warning path. Both men tag, and here comes the throw to second, not in time, as Hedges able to move to second as Jerko goes to third. Well, that's just as good as a sacrifice.
Absolutely. Gave it a good ride to the opposite field. We know that Tyson Ross has got that strength. Granderson going way back, but Hedges, you know, he realizes that the runner in front of him, Jed Jerko, is tagging. He's thinking, you know what? I can beat Granderson. He retreats back to first and moves up 90 feet as well.
Venable up for the third time in 3 innings. Couple of singles. He's knocked in a run and scored 2 and stole his 7th base. Off speed.
Boy, those 2 runs out there would be so huge right now. A key 2-out hit for Will Venable.
1-1. Chop toward third. Tough play. Murphy makes it happen. But the Padres, for the third consecutive inning, scored 2 runs, both on solo shots. Upton, number 17, Alonso with his 4th. And San Diego builds a 6-1 lead.
The slider, Tyson Rush. There's the grip, and here's what happens when he stays on top of that baseball. Out of the hand, it looks like a fastball. Against the Marlins, Ichiro Suzuki. No chance. Martin Prado, down and away, same spot. It's worth another look. Justin Bour, see ya. And last time out against those Miami Marlins, he struck out 8. And when you look at the lowest opponent's batting average, any pitch this season, look at that slider, Dick. On that pitch, only 189 opponents are hitting.
Couple of strikeouts so far. The home run to Duda. The only dent in his performance other than the infield hit, Flores. Torres, the pitcher, batting to lead off the third. Then the top of the order, Granderson and Murphy. And 2-0 the count. This is Torres' first at bat of the entire season. Relief pitchers don't get many opportunities.
Yeah, this might be one of those situations where Torres gives some innings for Terry Collins and the Mets.
And he hits the ball sharply. Jerko backhands and just does throw him out. Boy, Torres got up that line as if he's being prodded.
Well, he could pick him up and put him down. Especially after realizing Jerko's got to go to his right. He realizes he may have a chance. Hey, good effort. A nice play by Jed, getting that first out.
Granderson, a soft liner to short his first time. .92 on the fastball.
Talking about hits by direction for Curtis Granderson, majority to right field, pull, and then using the bigger part of the field in center field, coming in second, going the opposite way, place, or show, I should say.
And that's why the shift is employed. Only Solarte on the left side of the infield. There's that slider. Now with 2 strikes and no threat of a bunt, Amaristo will come back to shortstop, and Solarte goes over on the right side.
Thinking that with 2 strikes that he might think about going the other way, and you have the better guy out there with the range at the shortstop area, and Amarista with the switch with 2 strikes.
Full count. Ross yet to walk a man. And he lost him. 1-out walk to Granderson.
Well, last night the Royals pulled off a nice play. Alcides Escobar and Omar Infante. Look at this play here. Infante with the glove flip, the barehanded grab to complete the 4-6 play. You know, the momentum.
Not even close.
Yeah, the momentum for Infante, there's no way he's going to be able to make that play. So trailing was Escobar to complete that spectacular play.
Ground ball foul off the bat of Murphy. The first time I saw that combination, almost like a double play on with no one on base, was Lou Boudreau and Joe Gordon. Gordon going far to his right as the second baseman, flipping to Boudreau, who had the weight going forward to make the put out. That's really nice stuff. Murphy grounded to short his first time. In on the hands, 2 strikes. Murphy strikes out every 14th at bat, and that's the toughest strikeout in the league. He'll go the opposite field. He did it last night. Go with the pitch. Oh, line drive double play. I mean, he hits it hard every time up. Last night, 1 for 4, but all 4 shots could have been hits. And Alonso with a magnet in his glove. Instead of a double, it's a double play. 6-1 Padres. Sequan Casino, only 25 miles from Petco Park. By Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic per butter. And by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. See how much you could save. Back at Citi Field in Queens, Tyson Ross and the Padres with a 6-1 lead. Had the atom ball going for a line drive double played in the third. Here's Solarte batting right-handed, hitting left against Cologne. 2 for 2, scored a run, knocked in another. That's the Torres that I remember.
He almost hit the bull.
Not the donkey. The donkey's gone.
Donkey's gone.
And now it's the bull.
Yeah. You know, it looks like Torres. They came up with an adjustment for that protective. It looks like it's a Velcro around his hat, his regular hat. Remember before it was built into the hat?
Yeah, this is the new version of 2015.
Yeah.
Not quite as bulky. Two and 0.
The 2.0 version.
Think you would have worn that?
You know what? I had some baseballs hit my way that was very, very scary, and I would seriously think about wearing it. Why not?
If it doesn't affect your motion.
Right. Exactly.
And this new version is much lighter than the one he wore last year. Popped up. Look at Torres. He's over there. And it's Duda who makes the play. 1 out to Matt Kemp. Got a game break coming up. The Phils, who are red hot, they've won 9 out of 10. Last place Philadelphia. We're going to see them in the next homestand against the Blue Jays.
And newly acquired Troy Tulowitzki, now a Blue Jay.
I wonder if he's part of that game break. We're going to find out. Kemp, RBI single in the first, grounded to short the last time. 6 runs, 10 hits for San Diego. The Mets with 1 run, 2 hits. The run on the home run by Duda. So day game tomorrow, actually noon here in New York, 9 o'clock back home. Then the Padres go to Miami. This is the M trip.
Yeah.
Mets, Miami, Milwaukee. Then home against Philadelphia and Cincinnati. And things are edgy in all the dugouts around the major leagues. Players wondering if they're going to remain in the current city. Nothing so far for the Padres. President Mike D is here in New York. He's joined the team and will continue on to Miami in case something in the trade market materializes.
Hey, this is one of those situations where, as a GM or you're a scout or something, you better have your phone charger with you, because that battery is going to go down quickly with all the calls being made and texts.
Yeah, you don't want to miss a call at this time, do you? 2-1. Inside. What do you think about Matt Latos and Mike Morse going to the Dodgers?
Well, you know what? We know Matt Latos. There are some times when he's out there and he's downright nasty. He definitely has potential to try to help the Dodgers. We understand that the trade is on hold at the moment.
Oh.
So nothing official yet.
3-1 now to Kemp. And he walked him.
Good at bat. Good plate appearance.
Well, time now for This Date in Padres History, brought to you by Geico. July 29th, 1983, a doubleheader against the Atlanta Braves. Steve Garvey of the Padres dislocated his thumb in a collision at home plate, unable to play in the nightcap. Garvey's consecutive game streak ends at 1,207. It is currently the 4th longest span in Major League history without missing a game. Upton knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly in the first, homered a solo shot to lead off the third. 0-1. "17 homers, 52 runs knocked in for Upton." Boy, the Padres would love to be able to keep this strong bat in the middle of the lineup. It's a tough call. There's that wildness you'll see from Torres, and here is the home run.
Fat pitch all over it. Over the fun deck. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. The party deck.
Sitting on a 2-0 pitch. Runner goes. Throw by Wrecker. Not in time. Kemp has his 9th stolen base of the year. And the count goes 2-1 to Justin Upton.
Well, going on the first move from the lefty Torres, watch the leg kick. He is off and running. And with the throw earlier from Wrecker, remember he bounced it. It wasn't a good throw. This one is high. And that's sliding towards the outfield side of second base. Actually towards the middle of the base there, but majority of his body going to the outside part of that bag safely.
Second stolen base for the Padres tonight. Venable stole his 7th earlier. Takes the double play away from the Mets infield. And that one in the dirt, 3-1.
You know, speaking of the trade deadline and moves, and I don't know anything from the next guy, but here's a hypothetical. Let's say, just hypothetically, let's say the Padres don't make a move. I think that sends a good sign to the guys in the clubhouse saying, hey guys, we're all together. We've been here since the beginning. Let's make a run at it.
Yeah, very good point.
I'm not saying that's not going to be the case, right. But if in fact it is, hey, we started here in spring training. Let's finish this thing off the best we can.
We trust you. Come on. Go to the whip. 3-1 the count. Kemp off second. And fouled at the plate. Off speed. Kemp, a walk and a steal, in position for Upton to add to the 6-1 lead. Jerko in the hole. Yonder Alonso next. Strike 3 called. Upton thought he had ball 4.
It's a pretty good pitch by Alex Torres. Justin may have tried to sell this one because he was fooled, but it looks like it catches the inside corner right at the knees.
First strikeout for Torres brings up Alonso, homered the last time. Off starter Bartolo Colon. Starter Colon managed only 2 1/3 innings, and part of the reason the home run ball, Upton and Alonso back to back, and Alonso crushed that one. So Colon goes only 2 1/3. That's the shortest distance a starter has gone for the Mets all year.
No, that's going to hurt the ERA. 6 earned runs, 10 hits, 2 1/3 frames.
It already was high for Colon, 4.60. It'll be Andrew Kastner on the mound tomorrow, 9 o'clock Pacific time. Our telecast here on Fox Sports San Diego against lefty Jonathan Nice. Nice is 5-9 with a 3.75. So Colon, with giving up 6 runs in 2 1/3, his ERA is just under 5 now for the year. 1-2. Torres has a terrific arm. Generates a lot of velocity out of that little body, but he just is unreliable in terms of the control.
You know what? I remember talking to Darren Balsey, the pitching coach for the Padres, regarding Alex, and he said sometimes his body got so far out in front and his arm didn't have time to catch up. Then you would have a lot of pitches up and out of the strike zone. He wants this one down in the dirt.
Fouled off the plate, and a play for the catcher Rucker. Padres lead 1, middle of the 4th. San Diego 6, New York 1. All right, thank you, Mike. 6-1, Padres, bottom of the 4th. It'll be Johnson, Duda, and Conforto for the Mets. Johnson took a third strike his first time. And down into the left field stands. The Mets are licking their chops looking at the schedule the rest of the way. .62 games left, only 15 of the 62 against teams with a winning record. And they start tonight 1 back of Washington in the East. The Nationals are in the 5th inning tied at Miami 2-2. Three and 1. Duda next. Shift on. And he walked him. Walked the leadoff man. Often a formula for trouble as we go down to Chris Budden. Chris.
Well, Andrew Kashner is making sure he gets his money worth out of that costume that he bought for Austin Hedges. Made him wear it around during early work today. The Burger King outfit, since he thinks he looks like a Burger King guy. Hat and all this time. Nice crown. So it got me wondering about some of the other guys. What's some of the worst rookie stories they have? You hear a lot of them about guys dressing up. Sean Kelly said his rookie year, they made them all wear cheerleader outfits on the plane, but they were flying to Toronto, so they had to go through customs all wearing cheerleader outfits. Yonder Alonso said one time he came into the clubhouse with breakfast, and all the guys gave him so much grief that he didn't bring it for everyone else that he was required them for the rest of the week to go grab breakfast for everyone else in the clubhouse. Rookie mistake.
Got to take care of your teammates. You're absolutely right, Chris. Thank you.
Well, every year for one of the road trips, the Padres, all the rookies have to dress up in ridiculous costumes on the plane, in the hotel.
Right. And what they do is it's when the September call-ups come up and they pick a town and they have to put on the funky clothes. We've seen Hooters outfits. We've seen superhero outfits. It's a lot of fun.
Nothing like a ball player in high heels. 1-1 to Duda. Two and one. And here's the end of the no home run streak. It ended at 100 innings and 16 games of Duda. Planted one deep to right.
Boy, he was so quick with his hands, getting his bat through to keep that ball fair. That ball, if taken, probably would have been off the plate for a ball.
He stands right up on the plate. What's wrong with that? 3-1. So you throw the ball in the outside corner. That's like right down the middle to him. And the ball was off the plate. Good call, Dale Scott, the plate umpire.
Look at that. Goes back to a slider in a fastball count, 3-1 to make it 3-2.
Trapdoor slider.
That's a good call. It's worth another look. Watch him get on top. You mentioned trapdoor. Yeah, the door opens up and bang, it disappears on you.
See if anything's in the works. Johnson there at first base. No, he's not going, and it's another walk. So back to back with a 6-1 lead. Not what you want to do. Let's take a look at the National University standings. In the East, Washington leading the Mets by 1. Atlanta 7 back, Miami 11, and then Philadelphia winning 9 of 10. Respectable now, but still 15.5 off the wild card. New York is 3.5 out of the wild card race. Pittsburgh has the advantage with LA and San Francisco.
Boy,
second best.
That could be serious gridlock in that wild card race, huh?
See, for the Padres, well, you fans hold your optimistic view. It's just that so many teams that the Padres are going to have to climb over. Now, here's the Phillies, not a good team, winning 9 out of 10. Let's put that to work for the Padres. That would place them over 500 and make them a threat. Yeah, with a nice, comfortable lead. Ross now has 2 men on with his wildness and no one out to Michael Conforto, the rookie. And he misses way off the plate. Conforto just called up. Only 22 from Redmond, Washington. His dad played linebacker for Joe Paterno at Penn State. Mom was a Olympic medalist in synchronized swimming. So he's got some athletic genes. There's a strike.
Sometimes when Tyson Ross walks a hitter, it kind of falls off towards the first base side a little bit and doesn't stay on that baseball. He made an adjustment that last pitch for a good strike. Yes, he did.
Nope. 2-1. So the big right-hander from Oakland, California, out of sync here in the 4th inning, walking the leadoff man Johnson and then Duda. That catches the corner barely, according to Dale Scott. That could have been 3-1. Infield looking for a ground ball. Turn 2. Lashed foul down the left field line. He barreled that one up, but late on the swing. Conforto is a milestone player. He is the 1,000th player to wear the Mets uniform in their history. 2-2 in the dirt and a full count. So Tyson Ross scuffling here in the fourth. Here's a big pitch. Needs to throw a strike, or the bases are loaded on walks.
Yeah, and the 18th pitch coming this inning.
Strike three called. Oh, he got another call. That was barely on the edge. One away.
Can't tell you how huge that is for Tyson Ross. He got a pitch earlier in this at bat. Tyson, look at the Austin Hedges glove. Boy, he stuck that pitch. He gave Dale Scott a good look at it. That's huge.
And that's why the Padre pitching staff likes working with Austin Hedges. He's young, but he frames pitches. He calls a good game. And tonight he's 2 for 2 as well. Here's Neuenhuis flying to left field, his first at bat. Off Ross. He scrambles and flips to first for the out as the runners move up. Where did that get Tyson? Hard hit by Neuenhuis.
His body language says, I'm okay, but we'll have to take a look as Pat Murphy and Paul Navarro, the assistant trainer, go out and take a look at the right-hander.
On the out, Johnson moves to third and Duda to second. Looked like it got him in the right buttock.
Well, that's a good sign.
And a chance to pitch out of his own troublemaking as he faces Wilmer Flores. An infield hit his first time. Ground ball hit up the middle that Amarista smothered but couldn't throw him out. Able to work from the full windup now. Tyson doesn't have the velocity on the fastball that he usually owns. Usually he's up there 95, 96. The slider's been his pitch.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch right there, especially to even the count at 1-1. And as you mentioned, Dick, going from the windup with a runner on third, he feels he gets the best out of that delivery rather than going from the stretch.
He went around 1-2. Second and third, 2 outs, 4th inning. Got him swinging. The slider with a strikeout. He pitches out of the double walks to open this fourth. Matt Kemp knocked in the first, then Upton a sacrifice fly, 2-0. Second inning, Will Venable knocked in a run, and Solarte followed with an RBI single to make it 4-0. Just eluding Kelly Johnson at second base. And then the home run ball in the third. Well, Duda made it 4-1 with that home run, the first given up by Tyson Ross in 16+ games. Then Upton answered with his 17th, and Alonso clubbed his 4th. Back-to-back homers in the third, and the Padres enjoy a 6-1 lead. Our Harrah's game summary. Ross in 4 innings, allowing 2 hits, the 1 home run. Colon derricked after 2 1/3, 6 runs, 10 hits. Venable 2 for 3, and Upton 1 for 2, home run and a sacrifice fly. Jerko, Amarista, and Hedges in the top of the 5th against Alex Torres, who has not allowed a hit since coming in to relieve Colon, has given up a walk, and that's been it. Jet single to center last time.
The great thing about this game, Dick, with the exception of the 4th inning, 1 through 3 innings for the Padres, multiple base runners, put some serious pressure on the Mets. Some breathing room for Tyson Ross.
That could have been a disastrous last of the 4th inning with 2 walks and even a single there. With men at second and third makes it a 6-3 game, changes the whole complexion, but Ross worked his way out with a couple of strikeouts. Two balls and a strike. Three and one. He bounces it, and a leadoff walk for the Padres as Jerko jogs to first.
Hey, are you on the road traveling and you want to watch your Padres? Well, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium for live or on demand on over 400 devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking, and more. Blackout and other restrictions apply. How do you get it? Just visit MLB.TV for details. Yeah, some Friar faithful here in the Manzana Grande.
Got quite a few of them. Saw during the course of the night. Amarista grounded out line to center.
I'd like to see Alexi get going. String some hits together.
One ball, one strike.
You know, I always like to mention this because I know there's a lot of true baseball fans out there watching this game. But I told everybody, if I ever lived in New York, I'd be the biggest Mets fan because I just dislike the Yankees. But anyway, I love the Mets colors, and I don't know if there's people out there who realize why the Mets have the colors.
Ground ball weakly up the middle. Get one there and back to first, not in time. Safe on the fielder's choice, 1 out.
But you notice the Mets colors, the orange and the blue. And I'll be quite honest with you, I didn't realize this or know this till like maybe 10 or 12 years ago. But for such a long time, there was no National League Baseball in New York when the Giants and the Dodgers left. It was just the Yankees. So in 1962, I believe the Mets came to town again, National League Baseball, and they took one color from the Giants who left town and one color from the Dodgers who left town, hence the orange and blue for the New York Mets. Well, this is pretty cool.
Orange from the Giants and the blue from the Dodgers. And then they had that miracle Mets year, 69. Yep. Hedges is 2 for 2. Ball 1. That jumps his average 41 points. And Barista has 3 stolen bases this year.
I said orange from the Mets. I'm sorry, I meant orange from the Giants, correct?
Right.
Okay. I got my colors mixed up.
Oh, you were all over it. That's a great little nugget. 2-0 to Austin. You know, we were talking about Cooperstown and what a wondrous weekend it was for us, and I got emotional a second time when they announced the United States Navy Secretary of Navy announced that there's going to be a Jerry Coleman Award now.
Oh, very nice.
Runner goes low and no throw, and Amarista has the 3rd stolen base for the Padres tonight. His 4th. So not only they've already had the Bob Feller Award, Act of Valor Award, given to a Major League player, and Ian Kennedy this year is the Padre nominee, but it's newly formed. It'll be called the Jerry Coleman Award, and it honors a non-commissioned officer, U.S. Marine Corps or Navy, that possesses the outstanding leadership, undying support. Well, certainly Jerry Coleman would be the face of that award.
That's great. Great news.
Yeah, that was the terrific announcement. And then they announced they've named a new ship, the USS Cooperstown. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, and Hedges is aboard for the 3rd time tonight. That's the 3rd Torres walk. Al Kaline, there's Mr. Tiger, just as Tony Gwynn with Mr. Padre, Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger. Got a chance to huddle up with Al. What a great player and great person and announcer.
I liked your story about how he took your job.
He said, yeah, sure, Berg. Yeah, you took it. But what a story. Out of senior in high school in Baltimore, signs a contract, doesn't go to the minors, goes right to right field for the Tigers at age 18. Ross sacrificed and hit a long fly ball to right the last time. He's swinging and takes strike 1. I've told the story before, but one of the nice moments in my broadcast life, because of the fact that I really did believe I was going to be a major league ball player, and hey, dreamed high,
Yeah.
Took me to a good place, as I said, in Cooperstown. Now he's going to score and takes 1-1. So some 20 years later, I'm doing the Angels radio TV. I'm getting Gene Autry gets a call from Detroit, and Al Kaline. It was either one of his kids' graduation day or it was maybe a Cooperstown day. And they said, is there any chance, since Michigan is Enberg's home state, that he could replace Al Kaline and just do the Sunday telecast? We had Dave Niehaus there at the time, so he could fill in for me. And so I jumped at the opportunity, and Mr. Autry was always so wonderful in that regard. He said, yeah, do it. You'll enjoy that.
Nice.
1-1 now to Ross. Beautiful bunt. Perfect bunt. And Ross hustling up the line made it close. Runners move up to 2nd and 3rd. So to finish the story, I go on the air back to Detroit. This is Dick Enberg. I'm from Armada, Michigan. And I always thought I'd play right field for the Tigers, and that guy Al Kaline took it away from me. And I can finally say I am replacing Al Kaline today.
It all worked out.
Yeah. So runners at 2nd and 3rd for Venable, who is 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Strike one. So Ross walked 2 in the bottom of the 4th and pitched out of the jam. Now Torres has put a couple of men on with walks, and they've moved up on Ross's second sacrifice. Venable trying to add to the 6-1 lead. 42 pitches for Torres.
Well, second at bat for Will also, where he's had second and third, trying to drive him in. That was the case last time up.
Chopped one to third, and Murphy made a good short hop play on it. Just foul.
Well, you think it's hot out there? Look at the difference in colors of Austin Hedges' jersey and pants. He is working up a lather on the top half, wearing that gear. I mean, that jersey is soaked with perspiration. Look at the difference in colors there.
Look at his forearms.
Yeah,
glistening with the perspiration.
And Alexi, he slid into second base, looked like a lawn dart. He stuck to that dirt on that stolen base.
2 out here in the 5th. The Padres with a 5-run lead, but have men at second and third for Venable. Tries the breaking ball. He's missed on both curveballs, so you got to think Venable will be looking fastball now. Solarte would be next. Deuces are wild. 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2-2-2 on the scoreboard in the first, second, and third innings for the Padres. Bounces it 3-2. Did not go to the fastball.
Looked like he spiked a changeup. Tell you one thing, Tyson Ross has had some long rests in that Padre dugout in between innings. That's for sure.
And he can duck down into the clubhouse where there's air conditioning, although he's back into the dugout now. Full count. Prince and Tiger ready to swing here. 3-2. Got him. Another changeup. Torres with a second strikeout. Padres lead 2 more. It's still 6-1.
lot of them have been through it before. But it's definitely a distraction for them. It isn't for me. I mean, I'm not the one that's going through it. I don't read any of that stuff, so I don't know what's being said. But I know that I hear about different things, and just making sure that they're focused on the day. It's about today.
That was interim manager Pat Murphy talking about all the speculation that goes on during the trade deadline. And when you talk to the players, they all say, oh, I don't read that stuff. I don't listen to it. It doesn't bother me. But at the same time, yesterday, there were 15 reporters huddled around Justin Upton's locker yesterday before the game. So you kind of wonder, yeah, you don't really hear about it. You don't talk about it. But you do know that it's around you. They say it's pretty easy to shut out once you're out on the field. But you know, people are asking questions every day about it.
Thank you, Chris. And of course, Justin Upton, when he was acquired by the Padres, he knew from day one that that moment would come, because he's going to be a free agent, and he's going to make lots of money. And could the Padres afford him? And the feeling was that if the Padres were in the pennant race, if they were up there, that they would make a deal to keep Upton around.
You know, I can only speak from experience, and it happens. Guys talk in the clubhouse, on the bus, on the plane. They poke fun. Batting practice. Hey, you're going to look good in that Cardinal uniform. Hey, somebody's wearing your name in Houston. What are you going to do when you go there and you can't get your number? Hey, you look horrible in a Mets uniform. Did you pack your stuff this trip? It happens. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast.
Recker leads off, and 3-1 as Ross walked the first two men he faced in the last inning and falls behind Recker with the pitcher spot due next. The Mets have Juan Lagares in the on-deck circle.
Good sign right there from Tyson Ross. It almost looked like a cut fastball. It had a little run to it at 93.
Full count now. Ground ball left side. Amarista on the run. Makes the play. Dug out a 3-1, gets the ground out, and here's the pinch hitter Lagares. Hitting .256, 3 home runs. Terrific defender. Won a Gold Glove last year in the outfield. .73 tosses for Tyson. Rumors are flying that the Mets may have made a trade tonight. Got our ears to the wall. Two strikes to Lagares. It's obvious the Mets have great pitching, but their hitting has been the Achilles. One would think if there is a trade, it'll be a hitter. And looking, Lagares, strike 3, 5 strikeouts. Tyson Ross. Chris Button, what do you have for us?
Well, as you mentioned, everything changes by the minute. Several reports out, including from Ken Rosenthal with Fox, that the Mets are getting Carlos Gomez from the Brewers. They're giving up Zach Wheeler and Wilmer Flores in order to get Gomez.
Wow. Wilmer Flores, the 23-year-old shortstop starter tonight with power. He's got 10 home runs. And Wheeler, recovering from Tommy John, that has great promise.
Be interesting to see if anybody in that Mets dugout just goes to give Flores a little tap on the shoulder and say, hey, can you come in the clubhouse for a second?
Granderson takes ball 2. Carlos Gomez, a right-handed bat from the Brewers, good player. 3-0.
Very passionate about the game, Carlos Gomez. And you talk to opposing players and you think, oh, that guy's a clown or whatever. We don't like the guy. But all accounts, as we take a look at the numbers for Wilmer Flores this season in 92 games, all the accounts in Milwaukee, they say he's a great teammate and they love having him on the team.
4-pitch walk, and that is the 4th free ticket from Tyson, who leads the National League in most walks. So 2 outs. Granderson at first base for Daniel Murphy. Murphy grounded to short and lined to first into a double play unassisted. (6-1) Padres. Mets with only 2 hits but 4 walks. Daniel Murphy, players with more extra base hits than strikeouts this year. Only 3. Murphy, Ben Zobrist, who's now a Kansas City Royal, and Cleveland's Michael Brantley. Contact hitters. Just wide at first. Ross jumps in front, 2 strikes.
A very wide stance for Murphy. Kind of just picks up that front foot and then sets it back down, throws the hands, good plate coverage. How wide that stance is. Remember showing something last night where he just picks up that front foot and just, it's almost like a tap.
Granderson goes inside, the throw by Hedges, and he is out of there. Boy, does he get the ball out of the glove and into the arm and rockets the throw to second base. Austin Hedges. Oh my. And that's it for the Mets here in the 5th inning. Padres maintain their 6-1 lead. Almost hit Murphy. Oh. Ooh, that was pretty tight. Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Hope you'll join us. Andrew Kashner on the mound for San Diego against left-hander Jonathan Nice. Kashner, seeking his 5th win of the year, has thrown the ball very well of late. Nice has a 5-9 record. Bobby Parnell comes in to pitch here in the 6th inning. Torres did a good job, 2 2/3, no runs, no hits, walked 3, struck out 2. Solarte, Kemp, and Upton for San Diego here in the 6th. Ball 1. Parnell making just his 15th appearance. 1 win, 1 loss. Ball and a strike to Solarte. Opposing hitters hitting .267. Line to left field, base hit down into the corner. Trying to cut it off is Conforto as Solarte sprinting to second. Could be close. He's just in there with the head first slide. And Solarte, a 3-hit night for Jan Hirvis. 2 singles and a double. Greeting Parnell.
Well, the Padres had some chances in the 5th inning, leaving 2 stranded, and a great way to start off this 6th. And he put some pressure on Parnell.
They've left the runner in every inning, 7 totals through 5.
Well, that's a high off-speed pitch. Almost looked like a changeup. And Solarte staying on that nicely.
Sprinting out of the batter's box, he knew he had a potential double waiting for him. Matt Kim.
Spalding's here. I want a hamburger, no cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. I want potato chips. You'll have nothing like it.
Kemp. RBI single in the first, a ground out and a walk tonight. He now with 55 runs batted in. Upton with 52.
How about 53 right here?
6-1 San Diego here in the 6th. Ball 2.
Parnell, the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Working underneath that one just a little bit.
A couple of years ago, they were grooming him to be the closer with.
Yep. 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, curveball change. Get up to 97.
Goes to the breaking ball, 2-1.
That was the curveball there.
High fly ball to left, just missed it. Conforto circling to make the catch. 1 away. Our closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. 1 out to Justin Upton. Snuck in 2 with a sacrifice fly and a solo home run. Took a 3rd strike on a 3-2 pitch last time. Parnell was a 2-sport star in Salisbury, North Carolina, baseball, and the goalie for 4 years on the soccer team. He probably can field his position pretty well.
I was just going to say that. Moving to his right and his left, and balls hit up the middle. Well, you mentioned him saving games before, Dick. A couple of years ago in 2013, Parnell had 22 saves. Had a good year. 50 innings, 38 hits.
Well, a fireman out of the bullpen, that fits because his dad Bob is the fire chief in Salisbury. 2-1.
Kevin Quackenbush getting hot. Shouldn't take too long on a night like tonight.
This weather sapping the energy, and perhaps Ross is only going to make it through 5. Up the middle and into center field. Solarte around third, on his way to the plate, and that'll make it 7-1 San Diego as Upton with a 3 RBI night. Padres now with a dozen hits and 7 runs.
And now have scored in 4 innings of the 6th tonight, going right up the box. Glenn Hoffman waving home Solarte, patting the lead. That's kind of night like to see with the Padres.
Brings up Alonso, flied out, fouled out, and in between clubbed a long home run to right field. His 4th of the year. Leading the team in average at .285 and in on base percentage. Alonso walks a lot. no-doubter in the third inning.
Well, that was a two-seam fastball that leaked over the inner part of the plate, and Yonder was all over it.
.92 fastball backs him off the plate.
Yeah, you're going to have to turn up the dial a little bit against Parnell as opposed to Colon. That's for sure.
So 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third for the Padres, and they've added a 7th run here in the 6th. Shift on. Third baseman Murphy is much closer to second than third.
Look at how far that is from the third base bag.
You could almost butt one down the left field line.
Yep.
Off speed, drops low. Boy, the Padres haven't racked up 7 in over a month. Oh, shattered bat. Watch out. The one end goes by the mound. It's a double play. Alonso hits into his 12th, but the Padres on a double by Solarte. Upton an RBI single. Add on. It's 7-1. All right, Mike, and a new pitcher for the Padres, Kevin Quackenbush, as Ross goes 5, toiling in this heat and humidity, and leaves with a 7-1 lead. Other changes for the Padres. Melvin Upton goes into center field. Venable moves to right, and Kemp has the rest of the night off. Murphy was at the plate when Granderson was thrown out trying to steal. Hedges with a great throw to end the 5th inning. 83 pitches for Tyson Ross. Only 2 hits. The 1 hit was a home run by Duda. But he walked 4 and struck out 5. So a lot of pitches there. And wilting in this heat. So Quackenbush comes on here in the 6th. One and 2 to Murphy. Struck him out. Boy, there's a rarity to strike out Murphy. That doesn't happen often. And Quackenbush gets him to go after a pitch out of the zone. Foul tip.
Out of the hand, it looks like a very inviting pitch, especially the fastball. By that time, Murphy can't get those hands in, ties him up nicely for the first pitch, or first strikeout, I should say, for Kevin Quackenbush.
Kelly Johnson, the hitter, struck out and walked. Ball 1. So Sean Gilmartin getting loose, the lefty. Pitcher spot has already been used in the last inning. Shift on. And a ground ball rolled to first. Easy out. 2 away. Tyson Ross, 5 innings, only 2 hits. One of them a home run. The other run.
Yeah, the one's mistake, Dick. That was the pitch to Lucas Duda to lead off the 2nd inning. But we mentioned it in our game open. The slider. It's almost one of those pitches where he could tell a hitter it's coming, and they still have difficulty. If he keeps that down and into the lefties, down away to the righties, he's going to have that type of night. And I think you made a good point, Dick, with the lead. And with the heat, the humidity, 5 innings, that's a good workout for Tyson Ross, and turn it over the pen with the 6-run lead.
Duda, who's been on a home run streak, 4 home runs in the last 4 games. He homered in the 2nd inning and walked his last time up. Duda, and we mentioned he stands right on the plate, and it figures that he's one of the leaders in being hit by a pitch 12 times. See, that ball almost 6 inches from his belt buckle, but it was a strike. Anthony Rizzo leads the league, and he's got his toes right on home plate.
Plus, when you look at those left-handed hitters, those type of hitters, what does the pitcher try to do? In and down and in with the breaking ball, right? So as a left-handed hitter, when you're striding, it's really tough when you're planted and you got that momentum to get your foot out of the way, especially burying that slider in the back. And that's why a guy gets hit on the knee a lot, gets hit in the back foot a lot, like that pitch there.
That's a strike, but called a ball by Dale Scott. 3-1.
Very good pitch by Kevin.
That's something else in the conversations at Cooperstown with some of the old pitchers, and they just marvel. Oh boy, that ball is drilled to right field. How far? Over the wall. Duda has another home run. Wow, 5 homers in the last 4 games, 2 tonight, 3 in the series. That was a laser. And it's 7-2.
Well, it's a 3-1 fastball, and Kevin Quackenbush tries to go down and in, and Duda gets extended on this one.
Just clearing the barrier in right field. The Mets of late have had the home run swing alive. They've hit 17 in the last 9 games, counting the 2 by Duda tonight. Conforto has grounded out and struck out. Lifted down the left field line, and Solarte will watch that fall in the seats. Just to finish the thought, some of the veteran pitchers, when you talk about a Duda and a Rizzo standing on home plate, they just marvel at the fact the game has changed so drastically that you can't pitch inside anymore.
Yep.
I mean, the old days, you're 6-8 inches inside with those hitters, you're going to hit them,
right.
And then the next thing you know, umpire saying, warnings.
Yep.
Fouled again. Chris Button.
Well, to what you guys were saying about Duda and interviewing James Shields last night in that home run that he gave up, he goes, I put it where I want it. He goes, I could go back and look at tape, but that's where I wanted it, inside. It takes a special kind of guy to be able to take that ball that far inside and send it out to center field.
Yeah, that was really a giant drive last night. It's a good looking pitch. A breaking ball, strike 3. A couple of strikeouts for Quackenbush, but gives up the second home run of the night to Lucas Duda. We've completed 6. Padres lead by 5. Padres 7, Duda 2. As we go to the 7th inning, and Sean Gilmartin is the new pitcher, the left-hander for the Mets.
That was a nice homemade sign right there. It's Jeff, May, and Braden from Oregon making the trip to see the Padres. Big Padre fans here in the Big Apple, and left-hander Sean Gilmartin. See the numbers for the left-hander. High on the walks again, 13 and 29, although he is almost a strikeout per inning pitched.
25 years of age, and was a Padre draft pick back in 2008. Did not sign. He faces Jerko, Amarista, and Hedges in the Padres 7th.
He's not going to light up the radar guns, Sean Gilmartin. 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Always working from the stretch. And going with the old school Jerry Kuzman stirrups.
And a base hit for Jerko as he lashes one the opposite way. Second hit for Jed tonight. Leadoff man on for Alexi Amarista. 13 hits for San Diego.
Remember Jerry Kuzman, the left-hander?
Oh, yeah.
Look at those stirrups. That's going back to 1960s. Love that.
That's the way we used to wear them, huh?
Yep.
Gilmartin, just to finish it, the Padres picked him in 2008, but late in the draft, 31st. They knew that he probably wouldn't sign. He went to Florida State. and then became a #1 draft pick of the Atlanta Braves. 28th overall 3 years later. And the Mets selected him in the Rule 5 draft during this past winter. Ground ball right side. Good play by Duda to get one there. Back to first, not in time, as Gil Martin was late covering. Might have been a double play. And Marista now 0 for 4, safe on his second fielder's choice tonight. And Hedges 2 for 2 and a walk.
Let's see if Gil Martin gets over there on the crack of the bat. Oh, he waited just a little bit. Now, whether that's the difference or not with Alexi going down that line, but still, first crack of the bat, ball getting over there, you have to get over there.
Hedges, a couple of line drive singles to center field and a walk. Strike one.
Hey, nice night for Hedges up to this point.
Not only with the bat, but he's thrown out a runner.
Yes.
Called a good game. Oh, and 2. Pitcher's spot next, the 9th spot, and in the double switch, Melvin Upton going in the last inning will hit 9th. This is the kind. Well, look at that box score for the Padres. Venable with 2, Solardi with 3, Upton 2 with a home run, Alonso a home run, Jerko with a pair of hits, Hedges with 2.
You love to see the crooked numbers on the left side of that box score.
Hedges goes down swinging, 2 away. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we have tonight's T-Mobile strongest fan photo. Tweet your photo using hashtag SDDataStrongFan for a chance to be shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Hey, the right field mission at Dancing Friar. Well, they like to travel. They like to have a good time. Supporting the Friars in their Friar garb.
Melvin Upton batting for the first time. .218 is average with a couple of home runs. Only 78 at bats. Padres with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Due to hit his first home run in the second to make it 4-1. And when the Padres scored a run in the 6th, he answered with his second home run. A 7-2 score. Gil Martin throwing strikes, 1 and 2.
Well, Lucas Duda with the multi-home run game. A little nugget for you. It's his 4th multi-home run game this year for Lucas Duda.
And 10th in his career.
Yeah. Tied with Mike Trout, Nelson Cruz, and Nolan Arenado this year.
Swing and a miss. Upton goes down. Gil Martin with a couple of strikeouts. We're at the stretch half of the 7th in New York with the Padres in front by 5.
this little guy, he made this sign. We saw him during batting practice, so I made my way down and introduced myself. I brought him an autographed baseball. That's Braden and his dad Jeff, his mom May. They always watch Padre baseball. They're from Oregon, taking a little trip. So nice father and son moment right there. I was glad I had the chance to meet him.
How long did it take you to make that sign? Up in the room, I knocked on your door and said, "No, I'm busy right now." Oh, that's funny. Neuenhuis against Quackenbush, leading off the Mets 7th. He is fly to left and hit a ground ball back to the mound that caromed off Ross's backside, and he was able to toss to first base for an out.
You caught me at that art supply store today, didn't you?
Yeah. You know, gives you away every time. Those Crayolas.
Well, when you see me going down Park Avenue or Madison Avenue with that big yellow sign, it's kind of hard to disguise myself.
You tried to hide behind it, thinking I wouldn't see you.
Yeah, that's a good-looking Mets box score for the Padres. Only 3 hits tonight.
2 of them home runs by Duda, and caught looking, strike 3. There's that big breaking ball from Quackenbush. 3 strikeouts. Time to check the Cholula flamethrower.
Well, with Kevin Quackenbush out on the hill, he doesn't light up the radar gun. He places the pitches well at 92, and that's mild chunky. But he's got the good hammer working tonight as well.
Wilmer Flores steps up. And listen to the crowd applauding Flores. So the word is spread apparently through the various fans that bring radios here to Citi Field. And judging by that reaction, Flores indeed is on his way to Milwaukee. Or maybe elsewhere. They might, as they say in horse racing, pinhook him and send him somewhere else. Flores, an infield hit and a strikeout tonight. So he's hitting right at 250. Shortstop with power, 10 home runs. And he's only 23. Three and 0. It is not official, that trade, as yet, but fans think it's going to be a done deal. 3 and 1.
Hey, Keith Hernandez working a nail. Oh, that's great. I'm Keith Hernandez.
Foul back toward us. Boy, remember the day when every baseball player with Camels, they always had the cigarette in their hand. Times have changed.
I love that.
Full count now to Flores.
I'll tell you what, Keith Hernandez is so fun to talk to about hitting and just baseball in general. That's one of the reasons why I love coming to New York and when he travels with the Mets, to talk to that guy. I'll tell you what, one of the best first basemen I played against. That guy was good.
A lot of O's in his moves.
Oh, yeah.
Another foul.
Co-MVP along with Willie Stargell. It was 1982, I believe. I'd have to look that one up.
Again, the 3-2. And a ground ball to short. And Maurice up with it. And 6-3 on the putout, 2 gone. Well, this coming Saturday, MLB returns with the Freeway Series, the Angels and Dodgers, in a game you can only see on Fox Sports 1. Coverage begins at 12:30 Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And Flores getting a nice hand from the Mets faithful as he jogs back to the dugout. And for a young kid, 23, it's got to be a jolt if this indeed is a trade that's going to happen.
Dick, I'm going to correct myself. 1979 was the year that Keith Hernandez was named co-MVP with Willie Stargell.
Anthony Recker, the catcher, is struck out and grounded to short.
Tell you what, Austin Hedges got that one right off the grill. That one rattled the cage.
I mean, he may drop 10 pounds in this game.
Oh, no question.
Hopefully hydrating between innings. 1-1 to Recker. Word spreads rapidly. Here's Flores, and Granderson gives him a pat on the back. Kind of a goodbye to the young shortstop on his way to Brewtown. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball spins off the corner. Well, Michael Kadire, always a good hitter, but he's on the DL. And the Mets just got to find a way to score more runs. They feel they've got a chance. After all, they're only 1 game out of first place. And interestingly, Washington in the 9th inning at Miami leads 7-2, and here the Mets trail 7-2. There's Kadire. Full count to Recker. Swing and a miss. Hey, strikeout pitch going for Quackenbush. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. On to the 8th. 7-2 Padres. All right, Mike. Top of the 8th. Venables had a good night. A couple of singles, scored 2, stole a base, knocked in 1. Well, just to add to the mystery, Wilmer Flores is out there playing shortstop here in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball on the corner. 1-2. Gil Martin struck out Hedges and Upton to close out the 7th. Venable, Solarte, Kemp for the San Diego Padres in the 8th. And he gets Venable to chase. 3 strikeouts in a row for Gilmartin. Well, let's take a look at the keys to the game. Brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, for the Padres offensively, aim for the apple. That's straight out center field. 2 home runs. Justin Upton and Alonso, they were back-to-back. And kind of a home run theme. 2 runs or fewer for the Mets. Well, Duda, 2 home runs, both solo shots, and that's where we stand.
Yeah,
talk about
he
the
hit
Mets.
the bullseye tonight.
I hope so. Hope it stays that way, because when the Mets scored 2 runs or fewer, their record is 6-33.
Solarte, 2 singles and a double, leads the 13-hit attack. Knocked in 1 and scored 2. Double hitting right-handed the last time up. And he rips that one fair. Another potential double into the corner goes Conforto, and into second. Yan Solarte, 4-hit night for Solarte. 2 singles, 2 doubles. And the Padres a chance to add to the 7-2 lead.
Well, I wonder who had Yan Solarte tonight and picked the stick. Anyway, Gil Martin tries to go inside, and Yan Solarte, in with the positioning of Murphy, out of his reach, keeps it fair. A double bagger again for Yangervis Solarte.
9 points for it. Is that your guy, Solarte?
Oh, yeah.
9 points. Let's see. I've got 6, 7, 7.
Oh,
8.
so really?
Yeah. Upton's home run.
Hey-o.
I might be coming alive here. I may only be in I won't be in the cellar. I want to at least be able to see, 4th place. That's all I care about.
Don't give up as Dale Thayer starts to heat up.
Me? Give up? Brett Wallace. This is the pitcher's spot. Kemp taken out in the double switch. Brett with a home run against Miami on the weekend at Petco. Four for 16 as a pinch hitter, Wallace.
Yeah, how about for the Padres to get at least one of those runs back? Make it 8-2.
Justin Upton to follow. Solarte at second with the double. 1 out. 2-2 to Wallace. Football numbers up there for the Padres. 7 runs, 14 hits. 2 runs, 3 hits for the home side. Duda with 2 of the 3 and both solo home runs, and he'll get another chance to hit before the game's out. Got him. 4 strikeouts for Gilmartin.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Upton with 3 RBIs tonight. Sacrifice fly, solo home run after he struck out an RBI single in the 6th. Two away. Solarte at second. A ball and a strike to the Padre cleanup hitter. Change up. Justin, one of the better bubble gum blowers in the league, huh?
Yeah, you can do it in the middle of an at-bat, too.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's in the box, you get ready to go.
Then he kind of tucks it in that left side of his mouth. I think that's a balance system that he uses. Another changeup.
Good changeup from Gil Martin.
High, and the count is full. The attendance tonight here at Citi Field, 24,804. 26,000 last night. Got him. Strikes out the side, and 5 punch outs for Gil Martin in his 2 innings. Five-hour energy shots. Have you tried great tasting 5-hour energy lately? By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. With Mark Grant, Chris Button, Dick Enberg, welcome back to Citi Field in Queens, just adjacent to the U.S. Tennis Center, Billie Jean King Tennis Center, Arthur Ashe Court. They'll be playing for the U.S. Open in a month, and Serena Williams here in New York will go for the calendar slam. That's going to be a big story. Dale Thayer comes in to pitch the 8th inning. He faces Juan Lagares. No, it's Eric Campbell that's going to pinch hit here. And fouls that one away. Back to Chris Button. Chris.
Well, as we all speculate why Flores was still in the game, Ken Rosenthal just tweeted from Fox, asked officials involved with Gomez trade why Flores is still in the game. Their reply, quote, "No deal is done. The entire world has jumped the gun," end quote. Rosenthal went on to say, not sure how to interpret that. Club officials often say such things when deals are at the stage in which the review of medicals is pending, which is where they're saying this deal is right now.
All right. Thanks, Chris, for clearing that up as Flores continues to play. Eric Campbell hitting only 176. 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter. 1-2 the count. Top of the order to follow Granderson and Murphy. Padres 7, Mets 2. There's that 93-mile-an-hour fastball that we've been looking for from Dale.
You got that right, because Dale, he should be fresh. The last time that he was out was against the Giants. That was back on the 22nd. So it's been a while. It's last Wednesday.
Line drive, center field, base hit. A shot to center. Melvin Upton plays it back. Leadoff man on. That's only the 4th Mets hit tonight. Top of the order, Granderson has sent a soft liner to short and walked twice. Well, these Mets diehards, 24,804, not giving up. The Let's go Mets chant rises. Ball 1. Granderson walks more than any Met with 2 tonight, 52 on the season. Shift on. Oh, pretty good looking pitch there. Just inside. Only Solarte there on the shortstop side.
Big gap in left center.
Huge gap. Alonso knocks it down, and they'll settle for 1 run. Potential double play there if he could have fielded it cleanly, hit the bag, and then get the tag at second. Well, around the majors on this Wednesday, John Lester, a 14 strikeout game for the Cubs in their 3-2 win over the Rockies. Troy Tulowitzki, didn't take him long to fit into that Blue Jay uniform. 3 for 5, a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs for an already omnipotent lineup for the Jays. And Clayton Kershaw scratch from tonight's start. High pop up, shallow in center. Melvin Upton calling. And that's 2 away. Kelly Johnson, the batter. Two outs here in the 8th. Johnson 0 for 2 with a walk. .92 on that fastball. Ball and a strike to Johnson. Duda on deck.
Looked like a little change up there from Dale Thayer. 86. I don't know whether it was a backup slider or whatever, but it definitely broke down in a way, right?
Yeah.
From Kelly Johnson.
So you'd think that's a changeup. Got him. 8th inning in the books. On to the 9th with the Padres in front, 7-2. roughed up tonight as he went 2 1/3, gave up 6 runs, 10 hits, home runs by Justin Upton and Yonder Alonso back-to-back finished the deal in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, it was a matter of location, Dick, and Colon, who does not throw hard at all, he was missing his spots. He needs to hit his spots, and the Padres were taking advantage of the poorly located pitches. All told, 2 1/3, 10 hits, 6 runs, and that's where we stand now. The Padres leading 7-2.
Hansel Robles in to pitch for the Jets here in the Mets. Yeah,
that's awesome. I love the Jets.
They used to play right in this area, didn't they? When it was Shea Stadium.
Broadway Joe, right?
Absolutely.
He was way ahead of his time, wasn't he?
He had the flair. The elan captured the hearts of the New Yorkers, and then got them that Super Bowl, a famous Super Bowl, when the AFL justified its presence in the professional ranks by beating the Baltimore Colts in the Super Bowl. One of the great upsets. I think the Colts were favored by 18 in that game. Eric Campbell stays in the game at 3rd for Murphy. Alonso, a home run, a pop-up fly out, and a double play. Jerko and then Amarista to follow here in the 9th inning. That ball hit to the gap in right center field and hammers the 380 sign. And Alonso, his 2nd hit. Another double for the Padres. 15 hits tonight.
That ball was rifled to right center field. Robles, straight fastball. Oh, if it's straight, it could be 95, 97. These hitters will turn it around. Good to see Yonder getting into the act after that home run in the 3rd inning. A home run and a double in the big leagues. That's a good night. Oh, you got to love that box score, that line score. 15 knocks.
After managing only 4 hits last night, shut out 4-0. Jerko has a couple of hits and a walk. Six different Padres with multi-hit game. Venable 2, Solarte 4, Upton 2, Alonso 2, Jerko 2, and Hedges 2 hits. Ooh. 1-1.
Hey, join the Padres on Friday, August 7th as they honor the police department with a San Diego Police Department salute presented by Natural Balance. All San Diego County first responders receive 25% off tickets to Friday's 7:10 start. Game against the Phillies. Get your tickets today at Padres.com/first responder. So New York's finest here at Citi Field.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Jerko. First out here in the 9th. Padres with 9 strikeouts tonight.
Well, stay tuned for Padres Live, the postgame show with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. One of the topics they're going to talk about, the top 5 youngest players in Major League Baseball. Break down this game and other happenings around Major League Baseball. Stay tuned. Padres Live, the postgame show.
You don't suppose that outfielder at Anaheim Stadium or Angel Stadium and the kid that plays in Washington, you think they'll make that list?
The kid whose last name begins with a T and ends in Route?
Right.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
Amazingly good. Amarista has not joined the hit parade. He's wearing the collar 0 for 4. And that's dropped his average down to 205. Jerko has struck out. Alonso leadoff double, still out there at second.
Dick, I want to correct myself. They're going to look at Mark Sweeney's top players 25 and younger. So I stand corrected. 25 and younger, according to Mark Sweeney.
Well, Trout still factors into that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So does Bryce Harper. Count stays at 1-2 to Amarista. Bottom of the 9th inning, the Mets have Duda, Conforto, and Nieuwenhuis to bat. Their 2 runs, both on solo homers by Lucas Duda. Been on a tear. 5 home runs in 4 games, 2 tonight. And down he goes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robles. Time now for the Bill Howe plays of the game, authored by Jan Solarte. Single in the first and scored. Knocked in a run with a single the second time up after he struck out, or fouled out rather, a pair of doubles. Scoring another run. 2 singles, 2 doubles for Solarte. A big night for the Padre third baseman. Here's Hedges. 2 singles and a walk. 2 for 3. Marcus Mateo apparently will be called upon to work the 9th inning. .97 on that fastball.
Yeah, he's got a live arm. Free and easy.
Alonso still out there at second base. 2 gone.
Good slider. Sharp, late. Good tilt.
Right back with the same number, 97. Here in the 9th, Alonso a double to right center, but Jerko and Amarista punched out. And here's the 2-2 coming up to Hedges. And he strikes out the side. 9th inning coming up for the Mets. Padres in front by 5.
But first is an encore edition of SD Live. The 2015 MLB trade deadline is Friday, and we go in-depth with all the inside trade rumors and news around America's pastime.
That type of a trade, I think you wonder if that's something that Preller would explore at this point in time. But again, I don't think the Cubs are really hot on James Shields at this moment.
All right, the trade rumors continue to fly, and one of them involving Wilmer Flores, the young shortstop. Terry Collins, the manager, talking to Flores and perhaps giving him the word. It is not official, the rumor trade to Milwaukee. Carlos Gomez to the Mets. And Zach Wheeler would be the other Met going up to Brewtown. So here's Marcus Mateo trying to close the deal for Tyson Ross. He'll face Duda, Conforto, and Neuenhuis. Duda, a perfect 2 for 2, 2 home runs and a walk.
Well, last time out for Marcos. He's back on Thursday against the Miami Marlins. Inning in the third, he gave up a hit. He struck out one Marlin. Chance for him to finish a game.
That's a strike, 1-1. 95 on the Mateo fastball. 17 homers now for Duda, but amazingly in the last 4 games he's hit 5, 3 in the series.
Another shot to right. He's at the trifecta. A spectacular night for Lucas Duda. 3 home runs, 4 in the series, and 6 in 4 games.
Oh, another pitch in. Looked like a little cutter or maybe a flat slider. But another one that gets out in a hurry. And check out the catch by this fan. That is a rocket.
7-3 Padres. Duda has picked on all 3 pitchers. Tyson Ross, Kevin Quackenbush, and now Mateo. Conforto, ball 1. Duda's the second hitter this year to deliver 3 home runs against Padre pitching. Way back at the start of the year, Adrian Gonzalez hit 3 at Dodger Stadium. Two and 1.
No, once again, he likes the ball in. Foot is down, hands are back, and then it's hips, it's hands. Head down. Good follow through. Good drive, good power.
Well, Duda coming into the game was batting only .236.
Yeah.
He looks like Babe Ruth tonight. Padres got to figure a way to pitch to him as we have another game left tomorrow. Strike 3 called, and Mateo has the first out here in the 9th. Chris Button, what do you have?
Well, they continue to happen. John Morosi with Fox Sports is reporting that the Rangers have agreed to acquire Cole Hamels from the Phillies. Sources confirmed to Fox Sports.
Wow, the left-hander Cole Hamels to the Rangers. Interesting that the Rangers are making that move. Texas is 47-52. Their record almost the same as the Padres. They're 8 games behind the Angels and go after Hamels. Neuenhuis 0 for 3.
Well, Texas with the worst ERA in the American League at 4.54. trying to bolster that pitching staff.
There were some rumors that Hamels, he has a trade agreement in his contract that didn't want to go to Texas. 2-2. It's a relief for the NL West that Hamels is going to the American League. And that one clipped him. Yes, it did. Hit by a pitch. Neuenhuis goes to first. Ruben Tejada will hit for Flores.
Just off the back foot. Looked like a breaking ball down and in.
Our numbers for Tejada, 256. He'll take over as the shortstop for the Mets. He's really hit well in the 4 games with the Padres this year. Had a double last night.
Well, the last thing you want to do here is have to get your closer up. Craig Kimbrell take a night off. I mean, even getting hot in that bullpen takes a lot out of that arm. The tying run is in the hole. And there you go. Kimbrell is up.
So the home run by Duda to lead off the 9th after Conforto struck out. Neuenhuis hit by a pitch. And it's 1-2 now to Tejada. He wore out Padre pitching in the series at Petco. 8 for 16 against San Diego this year.
Well, hopefully it stays this way. Padres 7, Duda 3. I'd like to go home with that final score.
Darren Balsley in touch with the bullpen. Willie Blair. Duda with a 2-run homer last night in the first inning, and that's all Noah Syndergaard needed. Although Granderson hit another 2-run homer in the 8th inning of Sean Kelly for the 4-0 win. Now 3 solos tonight. Long game tonight. Jonathan Neese will be on the mound tomorrow. 9 o'clock our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego. Got all the bags packed, do you, Mark?
Not yet. That's something I gotta wait till tonight to do.
Back with the 2-2 and a full count.
Let's see what Austin Hedges puts down here. Slider.
Ground ball up the middle. Amarista goes the bag himself, throws to first low, but it's a double play to end the game. 6-3 will close it out, and the Padres have evened the series with a final score tonight. San Diego 7, Duda and the Mets 3. Padres Live coming up. Mike Pomerantz.